You're now live. Good morning, Peter. Peter, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, John.
Good morning.
Right, Blabbing for Britain, episode 350, broadcasting today on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So if you're watching us, we are sort of celebrating the fact that we've been doing this show for the last 7 years, really. If you take into account that we have the occasional holiday, and it is occasional. Yeah, so just waiting for the clock. Everything to connect on Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn. If you're watching us anywhere, please do say hello. We'll share your comments in the broadcast, and they will become a permanent part of episode 350 of Blabbing for Britain. And we're just waiting for the clock, and then the card will shrink, and we'll be here. We're here. Oh, wait a minute. That's better. Right. Okay. What should we do today? Oh, we've got it. Thank goodness he doesn't move, Peter.
I have fun with this.
You know the bloke whose giant parrot died?
You're breaking up, John.
Oh, am I really?
No, you're okay.
Peter says I'm breaking up. But anyway, you know the bloke whose giant parrot died? It was a weight off his shoulder.
Oh,
dad jokes, you know. I've been influenced by that guy in Ontario.
Yeah.
Right, and we're saying good morning to Bertola, who's watching us. Thank you. There you go. So, 350th show. We've seen a lot happen over the last 7 years. We've seen how many prime ministers?
Too many to count.
I say good morning to our top supporter, Corinda. Corinda is saying good morning. Good morning, Corinda.
Is his PC working then?
Sorry?
Is his laptop now working then? Because on the day before yesterday, he was saying his laptop wouldn't switch on.
Yeah, I hope so. And his Mevo was broken as well. So hopefully both are being repaired or replaced. If you could update us, Corinda, on the story, that would be good. Okay, let's try and get myself in the center of the screen. Can't do that.
It's going
using my C920 controls. I can't get them to. I've had this is for some G Suite or something. I tried reinstalling it and it's not working.
But Peter, when did you move house? That's the big question.
I like that. It's very. It just happened to be thrown up. It's quite clear, that one, is it? Yeah, I like that. Very fresh looking. But
so
no, I'm having
the previous house, wasn't that built for oil workers?
Yeah, yes, it is.
So this is for an oil millionaire, this one.
Yeah, I'm not a millionaire. I've borrowed their house today. But no, I'm having problems with my C920 controls. I can't get into it. I've downloaded it and it says it's not opening it, and Defender's getting in the way of it. It's quite frankly doing my nut. You solve a problem, then you get your next problem. You know, sick of it.
The joys of
XSplit for the picture at the back, Peter.
What's that?
Are you using XSplit for the picture at the back?
Yeah, it's XSplit. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that might be a problem.
Oh, XSplit is a problem. In what way you mean?
Well, because it's got its own controls for the camera.
Yeah, I've been on and I've taken the focus down so when it moves about, what do you call it? It's not following me. You know. Anyway, an agenda today, Stephen, that can annoy me.
We got rid of the agenda ages ago because John said we shouldn't have one. So we just turn up and we just chat about anything that's going on.
Okay.
I remember the days when I used to at 9 o'clock every morning. I'd go through the BBC News site and the Guardian, picking out stories, and we talk about the stories.
Yeah.
But we've moved past that.
Right.
So I haven't got a clue what we're going to talk about.
Are you going to purchase Manchester United?
No, I'm not. I'm
He's
not.
a Burnley fan. Why would a Burnley fan buy a Man United?
So
yeah, you're loyal to your own tribe. You are loyal to your own tribe.
And anyway, people reckon that it's just a ploy to keep other people quiet, that they're going to sell it. Because
right.
they're hated.
They hate the Glaziers, but guess what? Be careful what you wish for. You know? Because they might end up with someone they don't like. Again, even worse. So that's my contribution to football today. Now, let's talk about football. Should politics, religion, and everything really be kept out of the World Cup? Should it be a platform to air your grievances, etc.?
I think that the fact that the World Cup is actually in Qatar is a problem. They should never, I mean, they're not a footballing nation. They should never have had the World Cup. It was all about money, Peter.
Yeah.
In my mind.
Right. Okay. So do you think a lot of people are being hypocritical?
It's a decision that was made a long time ago, though, isn't it? And it's a bit late now it's started. Yeah.
We can still whinge.
Oh, but I mean, it's a bit late saying you should never be there when it started, you know.
Yeah.
It's a bit like loads of us round here moaning, we didn't really want the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham because all it did was bring chaos to the area. It's so lovely, my new webcam. I think he loves it.
Saying he's got a Nexigo webcam. I don't know if he's got one.
Grinda must have boxes and boxes of cameras and everything.
Grinda could open a camera shop. He really could. For all the webcams he's bought over the years, after watching other people using them. He could open a camera shop. He's got a Mevo, he's got the Nexigo, he's got a Logitech Brio, and I'm all over the place this morning. One of the things I do know. Oh, wait a minute, Corinda's saying.
Yeah, you are freezing from.
You have frozen. Your voice is fine, but pictures.
You can't see me. You cannot see me.
We can see you, but you're frozen.
Just a minute.
So I think I'll be buying the Mevo on Friday.
I've got two of them, two video cameras. The C720 that came before the C920. So C270, sorry, that came before the C920.
Right. Well, I think I'm going to get the Mevo. Use it. And now that I'm making more videos, I hope you've both had a look at my videos, you know.
You won't want to hear what we think. They feature some old fart. What you need is a lovely young lady. That would create interest.
No, I'll tell you what it has done, looking at the stats. Over 1,000 now, but it's amazing how many of my competitors are watching them. You know? And it's quite interesting to see who's... But I'm going to a meeting because of it. I'm going to see someone, you know, so it's working. What I'm doing in that little short space of time has already created interest.
I liked it, Peter. It was, I mean, you've got to start somewhere, and that was a good place to start because it was honest and straightforward and open, and it explained what you did. So,
yeah,
I wish you many more successful videos.
Have you looked at the second one, Stephen?
No, I'm tied up with sorting things out.
Well, I'm rather proud of that one because I've actually, if you look at when you get a chance, look at it, and you'll see the actual frame of it for Be Live.
Right.
And I've been able to get a pest control frame put up. you know, on the edge with some rats at the bottom. And I'm very proud of that one. I like that one. And that's going to be the one I use from now on for pest control. Yeah. So, yes. So they're going to be informative videos rather than sales videos. We've lost your sound, Stephen.
I'll get there in a minute.
Okay.
How's that?
I can hear you. I
Okay.
don't think you were saying anything.
Oh yeah, yeah. Corinda, we don't have the snake.
John thinks
Good.
it should be shot and his child
Indeed.
it.
Yeah. All I can say is that on Tuesday it worked extremely well. There were 15 people on the snake, and
I
comments were
think
flying
that's
in.
great, but we rarely, very rarely have more than 3 people plus 3 people, three people, ourselves even.
Well, we're being watched in Europe. We're being watched in Vietnam, and we're being watched in Staines in Middlesex. That much I do know.
Yeah.
Hello, world.
Yeah. Anyway, where do we go? There's not really much happening politics-wise at the moment, is there?
Um,
Can you think?
Not
Oh,
really.
wait a minute. India F2. Yeah.
no.
Do you think she was shocked by it? Genuinely shocked by the result of the judicial review?
I don't know if she was shocked. I think she was expecting that coming, but there's a country song. There's a country song, and it's called "What Part of No Don't You Understand?" What part of no do you understand? We voted in 2014. Now, what I would say, and what a lot of people are saying is, First Minister, you need to think about Scotland and getting on its feet, sorting out the problems that we do have as part of the Westminster government subdivision or whatever you want to call it, and get on with it and stop thinking about independence. It must stop. Now, I believe she's going to be trying to set a poll up. Guess what? If you only get SNP people doing the poll, it's going to be massive. It's going to be 100% for leaving the United Kingdom. Because I won't be going into your illegitimate poll. You got it?
Yeah, we've no skin in the game, Peter. And we're just impartial observers of what's going on.
Well, I was watching the news last night here locally, and one brave woman went down to an area where all the Scottish people, well, the Scottish National Party people were meeting with their big flags and that. And she stood there and spoke to the camera with the Union flag. And they done everything to annoy her. She just stood them out. They had big flags draping over her face while she was on camera and everything. But she stood them out. And well done. That lady. There are more people that are United Kingdom than there are SNP. I can tell you that. Hopefully that is it finished now. And get on with running the country. Forget about it.
We shouldn't hear. Yeah, we shouldn't hear about it until 2024, the next general election.
Is it time to replace her?
Oh, Stench was gone.
And
that's my view on it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just wondering where to go now.
Right. How about the big fraud?
Which one?
The bank. Well, people have had money taken out of their bank due to internet things, and the Metropolitan Police and 4 other police things, including in the US, have arrested everybody.
All right.
and closed it down. And they've got a complete list of who got defrauded with their emails. So if you
Right.
receive an email from the Metropolitan Police, it means that they've arrested the person that stole your money.
Good. But will they get the money back?
Yeah.
Well, let's see whether you receive an email and find out and give us an answer.
But I think
Operation.
that's good. It's about time.
So the FBI sees the website,
Right.
and then they've made arrests around the world.
S&P is brilliant. I wish I was an S&C.
And there's 70,000 victims in the UK alone.
Wow.
Right. Question for Grinda. Have we heard of Power and People First?
Hey?
No.
Nope.
No.
I think you mentioned People First.
The only
sometime in the
powers.
last 7 years. Right.
Thomas
Okay.
and Penny, they're the powers we know, aren't they, Stephen?
Right. So, question: in light of events in the recent week, would you buy Bitcoin?
No. What has happened Stephen?
The third largest Bitcoin just disappeared overnight, vanished, and billions were lost. Billions were lost. So this was a guy who courted members of Congress, who was, well, basically he was a Walter Mitty. He created a one-man Bitcoin empire, and its value at the end of the day, it was valued about 32 billion, I think. But
Right.
a day after the story broke, it was valued at zero because there was nothing there.
I have never trusted online digital money. Never. No interest to me whatsoever. Forget it.
It doesn't exist. The Bitcoin doesn't exist apart from in the minds of the people who are mining it and creating it. It's not a viable currency. I mean, the pound is a viable currency, the euro, the dollar, the yen, but Bitcoin just isn't real. It just shows that at any point it can just collapse and the price can collapse. It's like betting on the horses and you always back the loser and occasionally back the winner.
If a government can't tax it, it ain't real.
There's an element of truth to that, Peter. Yeah. Right. Okay. Now, I was digging through the archives because 350 episodes is quite a number of episodes to go through, and I couldn't choose. So I thought, in all honesty, I'd actually show you this video, which is, well, this is probably the first video that I was ever on social media. And this is before Facebook Live. This is before anything. And setting the story, we have, John and I have a friend called Jim Wade. Yes, John?
Is he with us still?
I don't know, but we have,
passed,
we had a friend called Jim Wade, and Jim Wade was a systems man, and he had an open day system. Basically, we were all invited down to Bracknell, about 100 of us, and we split into 8 different groups, each with a leader, and we talked about a particular topic. Okay, my topic, because this was about Academy, which is a networking site in 2008, John and I were there, and I talked about groups and about how you could actually create a group. So without further ado, if you can just, you can switch your mics off for a moment because it won't work without. Okay. And I'm not saying the video is the best quality, but I'm going to switch my microphone off. And everyone, just watch this. This is the 2008 Stephen Healy, not seen since 2008. How to actually get a club going on Academy in relation to inviting people to the forum,
by using the personal messaging system and by writing blogs. Blogs bring people in. We had the example that a blog which was actually issued yesterday brought 13 new members to the blog writing club. The next point we went across was the fact that you need to have a co-leader. Any club needs to have a co-leader. At best, you're actually committing yourself to working in that club 52 weeks a year. If you've got a co-leader, then that co-leader can allow you to have time off and you can share the responsibilities and halve the workload. The next thing we covered was the fact that if you start a forum on the Academy and leave it alone, nothing will happen. As club leader, you've got to have input to that club every single week. And if you've got a co-leader, they can help too.
I think that's enough.
Those were the days, eh?
Those were the days. That was 2008, and there was no live video. That was recorded by Sam and Morris on the day. And I think my dress sense has changed since 2008, and I've lost about 3.5 stone, which is, you know, what happens really. So that was me in 2008, and I found it by accident. I was looking for Blabbing for Britain, and I found that. So I thought I'd show it. God. So that's how long I've been in video. That was my first appearance on video. Hang on, Peter's mic's off. Just a minute, Peter. Sorry, Peter, can you say that again?
I'm just saying, it's funny looking back because I never met you then, you know. And
yeah.
Looking at back at the end. But don't put up one of my worst rants, please.
No, I'm not going to. I'm not. There's no more. I thought about it. I thought, no, we better. This is a live show. Better off being live. So I'm not replaying anything from our illustrious history. Because I think we did that on episode 300. We went back to episode 1, episode 100 and 200.
Yeah.
So there are no more. There are no shocks coming up. I assure you of that. Yeah. We say good morning to Mr. Grant Saunders, who's watching us from Yorkshire.
Yorkshire.
The Academy done really well at the time, didn't it?
It was an amazing place. It was.
It's definitely where we met, isn't it, Steve?
Yeah. It had everything that Facebook has.
Yeah.
But it was ahead of Facebook. But the thing was that it didn't have the finance that went behind Facebook. Yeah. It had the traction. It had people paying tens of pounds a month to actually be members.
Yeah.
So it had income. We know it had income, but it just didn't. It didn't make it. It did not make it. I mean, Penny Power. It was Thomas and Penny Power. Penny Power became an OBE, John.
I can't remember what it is.
A Dame. She's certainly Dame Penny Power. Yeah. And they're still going strong.
And was it because of that she got it?
No, she got it. She started when the Academy finished. She started a training scheme with other people, and that training scheme became very successful. It actually she became friends with a member of the government and did a lot of work with him, and then was recommended for the honours and was given the honour.
It wasn't OBE.
Right.
OBE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Order of the British. Well, sorry. One of the last things I did today, I met up with my mentee today at 7:30 this morning, just to go over the year, and I asked the one thing after meeting with what stuck out. And it was charging for doing surveys to stop the time wasters, because that really, really helped. But the last thing I said to her is go out and network. You know, it's a lady carpenter business and also training for women. And I says, you need now to go out and network and meet people, the BNIs, for networking, any place you can go and press flash and get your card out and let them know what you do. And I think that's very important for her now, because I'm sure she can pick up some work through that instead of just being in a bubble. You know, what's your views on that?
It's a difficult one. I think that most of the marketing that takes place now takes place online. And I've always thought, if you, right, let's take a local networking group, and I'm prepared to be totally wrong on this, Peter. You take a local networking group and they meet, let's call it business, breakfast over business.
Yeah.
And they meet in the morning, and you get the same 20 people turning up each time.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're actually talking to the same people. Okay, you're building relationships and they will recommend you. But if you're actually online, you can reach a lot more people than you can at a physical network. You won't get to know them as well. I agree on that. Yeah, I don't know. John?
Yes, I'm not sure of the answer on this one. I think face-to-face has always been best for me. And I always think that that's what you should be recommending to other people.
Yeah, I agree, because, okay, the networking online just came. I done one the other day. I was 6 people on it, but it was still good, right? However, when I look back past at me, I become so well known because of networking. You know, people knew who I was. People could speak to me. People still speak to me, and I haven't seen them for years. If I meet in the coffee shop, they know me. And I think it's very important. I mean, Stephen, you were in a type of business, you know, that it was very unique. And John, you were out there, and you were in a marketing business, which I think is a good face-to-face thing, that getting to see them, you know, so they know who you are. And I think what I would say to people now is have a mix. Do a mix of online networking and face-to-face. Don't give up on one or the other. Mix it. That's what I would say now.
Yes, that's sound advice.
Even Toastmasters have now got online clubs, which they never had before.
Mm-hmm.
Even a BNI club I know of up here is now purely online.
Right. Yeah, the meeting aspect has disappeared.
Yeah, for that particular club or chapter, whatever they call it. So it's quite interesting. Yeah.
Indeed. Okay. Black Friday tomorrow. Have you got anything you're going to buy, or are you interested in it or not?
I'm looking for a Mevo camera just now. That's all. I have it. It's not on Black Friday, I can see here, but I'll just keep an eye on about it, you know. But I'm on the Amazon Business Prime as well, you know, and we get VAT back, and we get we get better deals than you would in the normal one, you know. So we'll see. Yeah.
Oh, wait a
John,
minute, John switched his own microphone off, then I didn't do it.
I may have clicked there accidentally. I'm not the mouse on the floor, actually. Right. I'm going to buy a chair, an office chair from Lidl. That's they've got, which is been reduced because it's Black Friday, but also with Lidl, if you spend £250 there in a month, you get, as you spend, you get little different prizes. But at £250, you get 10% off your next purchase. So this chair's gone down from 90 to 60, and I'll be able to buy it to £54 with my 10% discount.
Okay.
Bargain.
That's the only thing I'm buying. Yeah.
It's something I don't really do look at, but all I know is it's costing me a fortune going into different shops every day. Like I went into Iceland. I like their burgers, so I've done Iceland, and then I went in by farm foods. That cost me money. And I said to my friend, we were out walking yesterday, and I said, home bargains, do not let me go in there. and so we'll have a laugh about it. So, but I have noticed the prices have went up. Hey, guys, do you know what's happening next year with the budget? Wages are going up to £10.42 minimum. What do you think of that?
I don't have a problem with it because I don't employ anybody.
I know that, but I can tell you, I do.
Yeah, it's going to increase business costs, isn't it, Peter?
Oh, it's and there's fuel coming in, and you know, if it goes up to £10.42, you know what? Mine's is the minimum wage industry, right? The supervisor gets a bonus. So, Stephen, what's £9.50 percentage wise up to £10.42?
10%.
How much?
10% increase.
Is that what it is? How
Yeah.
do you work that out so quickly? That gets me up.
I used
You're
your
an
account.
accountant.
In a former life, I was an accountant.
I know that, but it just
Human calculator.
so basically, I'm gonna have to put my costs up by 10%.
Yeah, and that basically cuts down the market.
Yeah, you know, I've make no, but to get rid of a mouse in Aberdeen costs you 275 plus VAT.
Right.
That's the charge. So what's 10% of that, Stephen?
£27.50, £302.50.
That's what's going to be to kill a mouse in Aberdeen next year, April. Oh, scary, eh?
It is scary. It's scary the way prices are going up.
But if you've
Yeah,
got a
I mean,
man in
Yeah.
your business, that could stop your trading, couldn't it? So £302.50
Yeah.
is a bargain.
Right. Well, I mean, a lot of the work I get for that is for houses and things like that. But I'm looking to do a deal. The electronic trapping's coming in, and I'm looking to get 4 in each house, 2 mouse traps, 2 rat traps sitting there ready to go. It costs me £60 plus 18 to buy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's £78. No, never mind the VAT element just now. So it's £78 per trap. What's 478, Stephen?
312.
So it's £312 it would cost me to put them in, and then I would have to maybe have £100 setup fee. And then, but next year it's all profit because it's installed. What do you think of that?
Yeah. Sorry, go on, Stephen.
Get through the first year, and you basically then into extra profit.
Yeah, because that would give them 365 years cover. We would turn up once a year just to check it, and if there was a problem, we would come out, and there's no further charge. And I'd have to look at that. And yeah, so this is what I'm working on just now. You see,
My brother and his mate used to have a air conditioning, little portable units company.
yeah,
And they would put them in, and people would pay annually for it.
yeah.
Well, after the first year, there were no costs to them because the first year had paid for it and they'd made a small profit. And they still got people 4 years later paying them because it's been done on standing order when they stopped trading. And when people said, are you going to come and collect it? They said, keep it, because they'd already made their money.
So what was it they put in?
Air
John?
conditioning units, little portable air conditioning units.
Right.
We had a really hot summer. So, and Andy, his mate, bought a container load of them.
Right. That's interesting, because I was talking about recurring revenue the other day on the seminar. So 50% approximately of my business is in the contract portfolio, right?
Yeah.
The other 50% is one-off jobs. Now I want to increase that. If I can give them to houses on a permanent basis, sell it on, listen, your house is covered 365 days a year, stop damage, help you with insurance possibly, blah, blah, blah. Get the benefits sold, sell it, and then that adds on to the portfolio for when I retire. It's sellable too. So I'm interested in this. But it's the initial cost, it's the killer, the purchase. Comments?
Comments from Corinda. He's saying it's 351 next week. Well, it will be, but it's not a specialist 350, Corinda. Significantly, we're taking this as 7 years broadcasting, but it will be 351 next week.
What I love about Corinda, you may be on a subject and he'll take you away from it just like a whoosh.
Well, he's a master of direction. He produces his own shows and he produces our shows too.
Corinda, I'm going to have to come on your show and annoy you.
I've simply got a background of stars in the sky because he says, "Where am I?" And it's XSplit.
Yeah, good.
I'm at home sitting in my office. That's where I am, Corinda.
Do you know, since I've got back into this office out here, I've moved it about a bit, gents. I've got a green screen over there if I ever need it. I've got this. I'm looking for another. Stephen, send me that back. I can't get a right background, and because I want to cover this lights and that, and I'm just I'm quite comfortable in here now, and I've got to tell you, I'm getting used to be live again because it's software I haven't used for a long time. But when you can do it, it's good. You know, putting up your things and my logo, and it's been great. I'll have to, this new Facebook I've got, I'm going to have to get invited back onto the Facebook groups, because there was a guy on there made, you know, the bit round the edge, what do you call that?
Frames.
The frames, yeah. Overlay. Yeah, he made my a pest control one, which I was delighted with. And the other thing is, every time there's a bit with a crown, Stephen, every time I go and click it, they want more money from me. What's all that about?
Who wants?
Sorry?
Belive want more money from you.
Yeah, because every time I try and change something, I'm using the editor, but there's a bit, I'll tell you exactly what it is. When it says share, to the right of that, it's got like a crown, and I must only be able to share if I've got the next package up or something. Is that right?
No, I think the editor is part of all the Belive packages. The thing is, though, that Belive have switched. Whilst we've been using them, they are now, Belive are now focused on selling and marketing and being on Amazon Live. And you can't get the package that you've got at the moment, Peter. You just can't buy it. It's not on sale anymore. The packages at the moment are for people who are into live selling.
Yeah.
It's been refocused, repriced, and everything that's in the studio is focused on selling.
Yeah.
So it's gone from being a general system, which is how it started out back in 2016, to a boutique system, if you like.
Yeah.
So as we've changed, it's changed. I mean, we've still got the same deal as ever, but I don't know, Peter. If you take a screenshot and send it to me, I shall have a look.
It's actually where you go to share your video, right? And it's got like an orange crown at the side, right? And then it's grayed out. I can't share it, the video.
Okay.
Do you
I'll
want
take a look at it.
A bit of amusement, chaps?
What's that?
Do you want to see my Academy training video from 2006?
Yes.
Let's do this. Let's have a retrospective.
I went on a course run by two Academies guys who specialised in presentations and the other one in videos. So this is I'm going to screenshot. It's only in 720p, guys.
So we're in 720p. So I'm going to put the video on screen when I see it.
Should be there.
And let's go over here And okay.
So why does bloody thing go over the stop
Right.
sharing
So
hide? Okay, I can see the controls now. Are you ready for some
yeah,
amusement?
I'm
Go.
switching my microphone off.
Do you want a business that's boring, uninteresting, and unprofitable, where people don't talk to each other? Growing it and growing people at the same time, then give me a call and let's see how we can work together.
John, I can't see
Yeah.
a picture.
Oh, you can't see it?
Peter, could you see it?
Oh,
Peter, could you see it?
No, no, it's just a black screen.
Yeah, I just got a black screen too.
so why is I shared the screen,
Okay, I'm going to get rid of your old
but
one.
it's not showing the video.
No, it is not showing the video. That is quite true.
Yeah.
Where's the video? Where's it physically located?
It's in Windows Media Player.
Oh, well, no. You're sharing the app.
Yeah.
Okay, no, not guaranteed to
Because
work.
it's from 2006. Yeah.
We had sound. Do say that. We could hear you. The sound was a bit low. If you've got anything you did on YouTube, that might be.
I never bothered to put it on YouTube. It's
All right.
ancient.
Okay.
So that's Windows Media Player that it can't share. Well, that's a bit of a shame, isn't it?
Well, the thing is that if you share an application, it can only see.
But now I've got this strange message come up saying that Chrome can't do something. So it's obviously not able to do.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a shame. What other player have I got that might share that?
So going back to Be Live, are they not doing the package that I bought originally? Because
It's gone.
I actually cancelled it for next year because I wasn't using it, but now I'm using it again. So what would I have to buy next time?
It's not available, Peter. Let's just go over there.
Oh.
I mean, there may be there's 35% off for Black Friday now. I'm just going over to Be Live. Hopefully this will work. And unless it switches to the studio. Pricing. I'm going to the pricing now, and it should be on screen in a second.
Right.
I'm waiting for the prices to come up.
Hi.
Right, it starts right, £41 and £83.
A month.
And that's basically it's you have to go and have a look, Peter, because it's I can't actually say what it says.
Okay, well, listen, when I do it, it comes up and it's asking me £25 a month, this a month, and then that a month. 300 odd quid a month, it says. Right?
Yeah.
I'm not paying that. You know, it's a shame Be Live that you do these things and we're not all selling. That's the problem. You know?
That's true. That's true. That's a fair point. When you go from a general purpose broadcasting system to a selling system,
a niche system.
obviously anybody who's not selling is going to turn around and say, well, I'm going to look somewhere else, and that's a risk.
Yeah. I've got Zoom. I've purchased Zoom as well, but I'll have to look for Zoom squares to go framing. Do you get Zoom frames? Probably do.
And you could use Zoom. Zoom is $15 a month, something like that.
I've got it. I've got that.
Very good for the purposes. I mean, there will be some Black Friday deals, but as a general, you are to a certain extent grandfathered in, so you still got the old price structure.
Yeah.
If you're an existing user, you've got the old price structure. If you're a new user, you've got to go with the new price structure. You know, I mean, you would get you. BeLive is the best marketing platform there is. Yeah, and certainly over the last 2 months, more and more people are actually switching, even from StreamYard over to BeLive for broadcasting on Amazon Live. And more people are actually using this system to broadcast on Amazon Live.
So the thing, what new features are you getting with it then? If you don't mind us speaking about it, John.
No. I mean, basically, we've always had the features like show images, play video. We've got the integrated comments from Facebook and YouTube and from Amazon Live. So you're getting to, it's the only system that can, commercial system that can show comments from Amazon Live. When people follow you on Amazon Live, you get a big banner saying who has followed you. You get the snake and the tip jar, and you get also, I don't know whether it's in here or not, just a second.
Did you say it's a tip jar?
Tip jar, lottery jar. No, I don't have it. You also get, if you're on Amazon Live, you actually get the carousel in your own studio.
Okay.
So rather than having to rely on what's on your iPad, you can see the items in your studio, and you can put the items on the screen.
Well, that's actually good for you. If you guys are selling on that, that's excellent for you.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's the best selling system there is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is only the beginning. I mean, it's the beginning of live selling. Because other platforms, Walmart, TikTok, they're all going to be doing live selling with independent broadcasters. Yeah. So it's going to explode over the next 4 or 5 years.
That's good.
And now's the time to be involved. And this is the system, because it's not. I mean, at the moment, it works perfectly for Amazon Live, but it's going to work perfectly for any marketing live selling system, because it's best for live selling on Facebook and YouTube as well.
And you're still making a good living at it as well, are you?
Sorry?
You're still making a decent living from it?
I'm happy, Peter. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy in doing. I'm enjoying it, and I'm making money doing it, and it's good. And it's good to be part. There's a growing sense of community. Everybody's got to know each other, and everybody helps each other and hops in on each other's shows, and it's mutually supportive. So you've got a tribe, or several Amazon Live tribes being built. They're meeting new people from around the world, just as we did in the early days of live video.
What I have noticed, some of you are selling the same things.
Well, that's good. We're not competing. There aren't enough of us to be competing against each other. Okay. Let's think about it. The Amazon market is 2.3 billion people. Yeah. So there's more than enough to go around for everybody. We may be showing the same items, but we're not showing them at the same time, and we're not actually competing, because every time you go live, you've got a different audience. Yeah. It's the people who are shopping at the moment. And I'm going live tomorrow at 11 a.m., 2 p.m., 4 p.m., and if I'm still got energy at 6 p.m., and it'll be a different audience each time, which means I can basically do the same show 4 times, because different people are seeing it. Yeah. And I took a look this morning, and of the 40 items in my carousel, 7 are Black Friday deals. Yeah. So I can actually promote Black Friday deals. In fact, I could do it today, but that spoils it really to me. Today's Thanksgiving in America. I always think it's strange when people wish us a happy Thanksgiving, because we're not American. Yeah. Are we? Yeah. You okay, John?
Yeah. I'm sitting listening to you two guys and converting my VMV to an MP4 in the background.
All right. Okay.
Which I'm then going to throw onto YouTube.
So you're actually doing a live conversion and upload as we're actually live.
Yeah.
Okay. You've got 11 minutes. I'm not putting any pressure on you, but you've got 11 minutes, unless you want to show it next week.
It's uploading to YouTube now.
Oh, right. Okay.
Let me tell you something that happened to Aberdeen. I don't know if I told you this. We got the new bikes. They're not electronic bikes, so I thought they were e-bikes. Dotted about a city for people to hire.
Yeah.
What a disaster.
Oh, why?
They're £2.40 for half an hour.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And they've already been vandalised, thrown all over the place.
Yeah.
And they've had to put a new type of locking system in them. I've yet to see someone cycling them personally. And it's actually the big issue that's put them here. I just think they don't have priced it right. I do not think they've priced it right. £2.40 for half an hour is a bit expensive, for a bike.
Yeah. Because when you go down to Glasgow,
Yeah.
and Edinburgh, you don't pay anywhere near that, do you?
No, I pay £60 a year, which I won't next time, because I'm not going to be able to get down so much. But the next time I go, I will pay a tenner a day.
Yeah.
So for a weekend, it'll cost me what, maybe 20 quid for the weekend. But I really, really use them when I go down, as you know. When I'm talking a day, I'm talking 24 hours. I park it outside where I'm staying. And it's a great system. Heavy bikes, but a great system. I couldn't afford the electric bikes because they're £2 for 20 minutes.
Right.
So it's leg power. It's a great idea, but unfortunately, we just don't have the money for it. It's a lot of money. But they're well used in Glasgow.
Oh, they're a great idea, but you say you've got to get the pricing right.
Yeah.
And you've got to get people to appreciate that it's for the good of everybody, not necessarily to be, well, as you said, basically if people are nicking the bikes or damaging them, then it's just,
It's such a shame, but I knew it would happen. I knew it would happen, And speaking about cycling, I haven't been cycling since I started singing. I have not been on my bike. I cannot do the two.
That's it. Life. And say hello to Mohammed, who's liked it, and to Grant, and to Zon, and to Bertola, and to Corinda, who've all joined us today. Yeah, it's opportunity. You can only do so much, can't you?
Yeah.
And you've got to decide where your focus is going to be. I mean, that's why my focus is obviously the shows I do on Amazon Live, but my second focus is getting out for a walk every day, getting the headphones on, pairing with a mobile phone, Fitbit out there, and just walk.
Actually, my mate's lost 4 stone, Andy, and he's been watching you. He says, that's Stephen Healy. He says, you can walk the park in, was it 45 minutes? I says, no, that's how long it took me when I was running, but I said, I've never met him in person, but I do believe he's got big, long legs.
I remember we won a pass to go to the gym for a year, local devisers gym, and you get an induction when you actually go in the gym. And he said, the guy doing the induction said, you've got runner's legs. You should be out there. You should be running. So 8 years down the road, I'm actually out there running. Well, I'm not running. I'm actually walking fast. I think that would be fair to say, but I'm enjoying it. I mean, the park run on a Saturday morning is one of the highlights of the week. Yeah, because we do it together and go out and it's good fun.
It's actually, when you look at Stephen, everybody turning up, it's not exciting, but it's inspirational. That's the word.
It's basically a group of people who have the same aim, which is keeping fit, getting together to celebrate the fact that they can.
Yeah.
And it's just something about everybody's in a great mood. you know, you're about to run 5K, but everybody is sort of up for it.
What gets me, you see all shapes and sizes, do you?
Oh yeah,
And you
truly.
see them coming, you know.
Yeah. Well, there's, I mean, Angelica. Sorry, John. Yes.
I was going to say I've posted the link to the YouTube in the host chat.
Can you post it on Messenger, please? Not being pedantic, but I can't copy host chat.
All right, okey-doke.
Yeah,
doesn't-
well, John's doing that. No, it's very, very inspirational, you know, and all shapes and sizes for the thin, tight things on.
Yeah.
Done.
Okay.
Right. Okay. I'm waiting for Messenger to load, and when you're broadcasting live, every other program under the sun decides to go. And all I've got in the chat is the last thing I've got is Stephen's message. Are you on Facebook Messenger?
I've sent it via our group, our Facebook, where you send us the.
Oh, right, okay. I just Messenger's taking a while to wake up. Okay, it was good to hear from Stephen last night.
Yep.
Stephen,
So,
what did you hear from him?
oh, sorry, I'll read it out then. It says, hello, many congratulations on your 350th show tomorrow. Hope you have an excellent one. Cheers, Stephen. That's a chat we invited you to quite a while ago, Peter.
Yeah.
There's a chat. Never mind. Let's go here, and I'm going to put the link in.
Oh, I never see. I don't think I've seen it.
I've got to copy it. Hang on. Well, when you change profile, I invited your new profile to the chat.
Did you? I never know.
Oh yeah.
Okay, but my apologies.
Okay. No. Let's go, and we'll go. Oh right. Okay. We did need the picture for this one. We really did. Well, okay, John,
Right.
you're a braver man than I. No, I think it's only fair that we do it. Okay, so I'm going to put the video on the screen. Okay, and I'm going to switch my microphone off.
Do you want a business that's boring, uninteresting and unprofitable, where people don't talk to each other? If so, don't call me. On the other hand, if you like a business that's going to grow, that's going to be fun, and you're going to enjoy growing it and grow your people at the same time, then give me a call and let's see how we can work together.
Not bad for its time, John.
2000.
No, not bad at all.
Not too bad.
That was the output of a day's course in Nottingham.
Okay. Yeah.
Andy Clark was the video man, but for the live was the talking person trainer.
Yeah.
Andy Clark used to be at is it Boots? Anyway, somebody big over there. Sorry?
I was coughing.
I can't remember the name of the video guy. And yeah, I can place him in my mind immediately, but can I remember his name? He's currently doing up a farm. Bought a derelict farm, but can I remember his name?
Yeah, I've been following that. Yeah.
Anyway, that was a bit of history, like yours
was. It was. Bit of history.
2006.
That's your first video. Your first video?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. 2006. It was pretty much in its infancy for people in the street. Yeah,
that's true.
I'm just going to see if I've got a video somewhere.
Okay. Well, Peter's looking. So, were you nervous at the beginning?
Yeah.
I mean, that was the start of that was the end product of a day learning how to talk to people. Although I've been talking to people for years, and there were 5 other people on the course, all from Academy.
Brilliant.
And I think I paid about £99 plus VAT for the day. But £99 plus that bought you quite a bit back in 2006.
It did.
Yeah.
It did. We've had plenty of inflation since then. And we've got, live videos taken off. We're fortunate that we've been doing
We were
this.
in the early days, weren't we?
Yeah, since live video began, we've been here, and we've turned up every week for 350 weeks. I enjoyed every week. Every week has been different. Some weeks we've had rants, some weeks we've not had rants. Sometimes for the first couple of years, first 4 years, there were 4 of us. Now there are 3 of us. I think Stephen was here for 5 years, but not
Stephen,
sure.
I've got a video I want to show you.
Okay.
From you. And I believe this lady is still used. So I'll share screen.
Yeah.
It's Richard Flewitt.
Right. Okay, that's the guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I've got the screen share through, Peter. I'm just going to wait for the picture to turn up.
Right now,
Okay.
if I do this, right, hold on now.
I got it.
Okay, and
Okay. Mic's off.
right. So just imagine yourself coming to the toilet and finding this. Crawling all over the walls. So what did you think of that, folks, going to the toilet and seeing that? Now I'm with the customer now, and she's going to tell me what happened. So tell me what happened. Give me the story.
Okay, came home from work and went into the bathroom upstairs, and there was a noise before I went in, or buzzing. Went and opened the door, and it was just swarmed with heaps of wasps everywhere, and I just closed the door. And now,
The initial reaction, what was your first thought?
I don't know, just yuck, just scared, petrified, can't, no.
And
One
then-
thing, but not hundreds and thousands or whatever.
Yeah, well, I can't say to you that that doesn't usually happen. What you see, usually they're quite happy to go in and out of their into their nest, but they've came in, probably the lights attracted, and there's quite a few there now. And you'll come back later on tonight, and hopefully it'll be okay.
God, I hope so.
Thanks very much for the interview.
Yeah, thank you. Cheers.
So therefore.
Wow.
What do you
Piece
think
of history. That was brilliant.
When was that then? What was the year on that?
That was about 2009 or something.
Yeah. If you
And it was,
click on the file and select properties, it'll tell you when it was.
yeah, the thing is, I've shut it down now. It was actually done on a flip phone, and I loved that flip phone. It was just done, bang, right in. Now, what the bit you didn't see at the end there, I don't know why it's been clipped, but I ended up in hospital because I got stung in the throat. And I ended up in hospital. And so that was it. But that got a lot of views. And when I showed it to the guys that work for me now, it says, Peter, we still do that, customer.
Right.
I says,
Brilliant.
next time you go, tell her I was asking for her and give her some discount. Because instead of the frame being me, it became her. And she got lots of views because she's a pretty woman. And what a difference it made, I've got to tell you. And so that was my first kind of ever video.
Brilliant. John, so all 3 had earlier selves live on the show, which is brilliant. And we'd like to say a big thank you to everybody who's watched us over the last 7 years. And over to John, because it's that time.
Yeah, it's time to bugger off. So 350 hours worth of us lot must be enough to drive anybody mad. But please keep watching us. We'll be in the same place at the same time next week. So that's Thursdays, 10 o'clock on either Facebook, YouTube.
LinkedIn.
What's the other thing we're on?
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. Oh, right.
Twitch.
And on the website as well.
Yeah, on the website.
All right. So that's us done for the day. A lot of living in the past going on. So same time, same place next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.